Mpongwe, Copperbelt Province.
A former poacher has shared his experience in the illegal trade and the near-death encounters in pursuit of wildlife in the country's national parks. Colin Nakabanda, who was in a poaching for 17 years, says he engaged in illegal trade to fight poverty, but he never achieved it. And some poachers in Lumezi and Lundazi district of Eastern Province have handed over some muzzleloader guns to the Department of National Parks and Wildlife. Meanwhile, Community Market for Conservation, Komako, has in the last 17 years transformed about 1,700 poachers through imparting of survival skills.
These homemade guns, known as muzzleloaders, have caused unimaginable damage to the country's wildlife, mostly used by poachers for their illegal activities. Animals in Lukusuzi and Kasungu national parks in Zambia and Malawi, respectively, have been paying the price. Hot chili is used to blast the muzzleloaders and scare animals. The guns have been handed over to the National Parks and Wildlife Department. Kuliraniko Banda from Masempangwe practiced poaching for 17 years and shares his experience as a poacher. He is among the 1,700 poachers who have transformed in the past 17 years.
Ine nakarani mchita poaching for almost 17 years. No Kasungu National Park, Lukusuzi National Park. Nashita pongozi ziwiri mwanga munionera munaduka chala 1992 14 September. Kutoka hapo ninapoka diso 21 November 2006. You're 12 kilometers away from my home. But ninaesesa kukwako kwamba ninaona kuti zose zinazitorongosoka. Ninakumana na doctors sina wabise kama tunasema na banda William wao wananchita council sina wabise na kutokera kutashitangozi sifo cha poaching.
Mr. Banda, who lost an eye and one finger during the poaching accidents, narrates how his life has been transformed through Community Markets for Conservation Komako initiative.
So, abari mulikumbaro kulisani kuti tenti chokeko kupochi tenti yambo moyo wasopana moyo wasopana ndapeza kama ndinazambiri wako mako watatiza watu watatiza manga kumbe uzako kutimba.
The first ever Transformed Poachers Association has been formed. Edson Zimba, the newly elected chairperson, explains the mission of the association.
My feeling is to promote the achievement and the goals of different aspects, such as the challenges of the transformed hunters, the challenges of the community on animal conflicts and conservation.
Komako Communications Officer Peter Banda explains the gist behind transformation of poachers.
You know, firstly, I would like to say we are very proud as Komako that we have managed to transform these people who were thieves, in short, because they were stealing wild animals from the government. So we negotiated, and these people voluntarily surrendered these guns. In exchange, we trained them in livelihood skills so that they have money. You know, most of them, they would go to prison and come back and still go back to poaching.
He says, in the 17 years of existence, Komako transformed 1,700 poachers by helping them out of abject poverty.
So that the levels of poverty were high. This is why these people were mostly depending on wildlife poaching. So we decided to train them into livelihood skills such as carpentry, pottery, bricklaying, and conservation farming.
The former poachers have surrendered their muzzleloaders to become stakeholders transformed to save the wildlife in the Lukusuzi and Kasungu national parks of Zambia and Malawi. Samuel Sylvester Kware, Diamond News, Lumezi, Eastern Province.